Hey everybody, Tim again, Tim's Computer Repair. In this video, I'm going to be repairing a noisy and dysfunctioning fan, actually both fans, on this Lenovo Legion Y540-15IRH Gaming Laptop computer. So we'll just get right to it. I have removed all the screws around the outside, and using a pry tool, you just unsnap the edges and it comes right off. Pretty simple. That exposes everything underneath. And obviously we have our two fans here. One is the GPU and one is the CPU fan. It's this fan here that's giving a bit of the problem. You can kind of feel it rocking back and forth, and it's a bit tight also compared to this one. But if you're going to go through this process, you might as well replace both fans. So you can obviously see a screw here and a screw here that are easy to get to, but there are a couple of more screws you got to get to on this corner here and on this corner here, which basically what this is going to do is require you to remove this entire heatsink to expose those screws. I'm pretty sure you don't have to remove the board or motherboard or anything with this, so let's hope that's the case. I'm pretty sure it is based upon the research that I've looked at here. So let's just go ahead and take off this heatsink so we can expose those screws and get a better visual on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws holding down the heatsink. Okay, the very first thing we should do is remove this battery. Unplug the battery. So in this case, it's a little tough to remove that because of the cables. So I'm going to go ahead and take off the screws that mount the battery itself. Okay, 4 screws. Hopefully just kind of lift this out, and this will give us, there's 5 screws actually, sorry about that. There we go. Now we're safe to work on this board. We're going to go ahead and remove these screws, or loosen them. They're captive screws on the heatsink here. We'll do a little at a time on each one, starting off. Should do it. Let's see what kind of, it's a little loose. You can see it kind of moving around there. You want to be very gentle. This one is holding on, so let's do a little bit more there. There we go. And she's going to lift right off. Okay, if you notice on this heatsink, you got some pads here. You do not want to lose those pads, and you want to keep them clean. So that exposes the other screws that we need to remove these fans. So that's what we're going to do now. And luckily it doesn't look like we're going to have to remove this board, which is a great thing. Same size screws. And as you can see, the fans come right off. We want to disconnect it from the motherboard. So we'll do the same thing on this side. Disconnect from the board. Okay. There are your two fans. They're both different sizes. We're going to run these numbers here on these stickers, and let's see if we can get a match. And let's get us some new fans ordered, and we'll get them put in. Several days later, I just received my replacement fans. Let's have a look. Make sure they match up well. Yes, they match up exactly. That's good news. Let's look at the second one. They appear to match up perfectly also. So these are the correct fans. You got to be careful. You have to make sure you match up these numbers because they're different revisions and there's slight differences in the different revisions. I will have a link to these fans down in the description area below this video. However, you need to make sure that you match that number up with what you are purchasing online. Okay, my next step here, I guess we can go ahead and put the fans back into place. Let's do that. Actually, it goes here. So let's set that there. We got our saved screws here. Our fan screws separately packaged while we waited on the new fans to arrive. This is a fairly simple fan replacement job. Some of them are a bit more difficult because you have to remove motherboards, but this one you only have to remove the heatsink, which makes life a little bit easier. Okay, that one is installed. How about that? We'll go ahead and install the other one. Looks good. Very, very good. Now our next step is to reinstall our heatsink here. I'm going to go ahead and clean them up. They're a little dirty here. What I do it, I'll just take a So if you notice right here, one of those little pads have fallen off somewhere. I got to identify that, figure out where that came from. Some really dried up thermal paste here. Put some air to it to get that excess off there. What I'm going to do right now. Kind of do the same thing here to our heatsink. Dip my rag into a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. Just rub these clean. Looks pretty clean there. I actually take me a bit of a coffee filter, because coffee filters are completely lint free. Now just polish them off with that a little bit. Should be good enough. Now let me see if I can identify where this guy came from. I think he came off of this MOSFET here, or maybe that coil. Let me see if I can. It's pretty important not to. Fucking hair. Come on. It went to this one. Let me see. I'm going to go this way with it. Yep, it went right there. Okay. Now what we're going to do is apply some thermal paste where we need to. Should do us. That's plenty. That'll work out just fine there. Yep, and now we're to the point where we can lay this heatsink down nicely on top of everything here. Line up the screw holes here. Set that right down on there like that. And then we can tighten this down. Now these are numbered in the order in which they want you to tighten it. Okay. And that pretty much gets your heatsink back on like it was before. Buttoned up, ready to go. Fresh thermal compound. We could go ahead and get our battery plugged back in here. There you go. That's been plugged back in. Now we just lay the battery right into place like it was before. We go ahead and put our screws. Okay, so anytime I do fan replacements, obviously, before you put your lid back on and all that, we want to test to that these fans are operating properly. So let's locate where the power plug is back here. So I always like to prop my laptop up on its side. Yeah, let me just plug this in. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is power this on and see if I get these fans to spin up, and they are spinning. Both of them are spinning actually. So I think we're in good shape there. Yeah, let's sit here for a minute. I want to see these operate normally. So even though they did spin up a little bit there, I want to see them spin up. And now we've got both fans here spinning in the BIOS, nice and quiet. That's what we want to see. We're going to go ahead and power this down. Go ahead and get our back cover back on, and this job will be complete. Hey everyone, thanks for watching this video. I am Tim with Tim's Computer Repair. I hope this video helps somebody out in replacing your fans on this model Lenovo Legion laptop. We'll see you on the next one, everybody. See you soon. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, why don't you head right down below here, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. That would be really awesome. I have much more computer repair videos coming your way. There's also a bell you can click for to get notifications for my videos. I really appreciate everybody's support. And as usual, everyone, until next time, see you soon.